Welcome to the Dopeness Defined podcast. Thank you for tuning in and kicking it with some dope creatives. It's your girl Shay Hale, the crazy, sexy, cool girl next door who ain't everybody's cup of tea, but somebody's favorite shot at Hennessy. What's up, Shani B?
What it do, baby? It's the fun shot shit talking Shani B. Up here chilling with the crew today. Freddie, how I do, man?
What it do? This is Freddie, aka the Liquor Man, coming to y'all again with another dope ass episode. And we got a new guest today.
Yup. We are kicking it with somebody real dope, real creative, and she's a videographer. Her name is Erika with FilmedByErika, as you can see on every one of her shirts.
Basically.
What's up, Erika? How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah,
We're
awesome.
good. I'm happy.
I'm here.
Don't be like that.
You definitely shouldn't be like that.
I'm not. I'm sorry. It's nice to have you as a guest.
Thank you.
But I ain't shit, so.
She definitely came all the way from LA to be here, so you
I
can't
did
act
come
like
from
that.
LA.
Oh, okay. Well, I take all that back.
Yeah.
I was so delighted to have you here.
I mean, you can reimburse me for my flight. And then
Ooh.
Let's see. Hold on. Nah, that's okay.
So a little bit about what Erika doing over here with us today. So for one, we want to highlight her because she's a black female entrepreneur, super creative, working on some dope shit in LA. She kind of from Memphis, she kind of not. You want to? You want to talk about how she kind of not from Memphis?
Yeah. So I was raised in Atlanta. I came to Memphis to go do undergrad at the University of Memphis. I was here for about a year and a half after go Tigers, and going to the Cotton Bowls.
Woo woo.
But yeah, I was here for about a year and a half after undergrad and realized that I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. I had a full-time job. And I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to live in Los Angeles, so that's where I'm going. So
right before she went to Los Angeles, you know, NBA started at the beginning of 2016. So then, like, I met her some kind of way. Somebody connected us.
we was at a networking event.
Yeah.
And Greg connected us.
Yes.
You had a project you were working on.
What was I working on?
I don't know, but you were interviewing me, and then the conversation pivoted. You was like, I'm starting something.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so somebody connected us, and basically, long story short, she was on the team with NBA, which is my branding and marketing company. She was on the team, man. I'm thinking we finna do some big shit, y'all. Like, I was like, y'all got a videographer on staff now, da.
And I took off. But I warned her initially. I was like, I think I'm about to leave Memphis, so yeah. And she looked up and I was in LA.
Look,
But you know, I was still rocking when I was in LA.
I mean, that part of her is definitely from Memphis, because, baby, we were up here. I'm talking about quick. We were out of here.
No, we talked through the whole planning stage. It was like I knew exactly what she was doing. It was just like, damn, like now I gotta try to find something else. So we was trying to make it work. Actually, we was trying to make it work with her being in LA and us being in Memphis. It was another girl too. So we was trying to figure out how could we still work together. But yeah, we ain't got that sophisticated yet, so
But
it was just nice to meet her.
It's a big difference somebody ghosting you or jumping ship or something like that, and they still be in the same fucking spot. So the fact that she actually was moving away
To do
something, you know, to forward her life and her career, it's completely commendable. But you got some fuck niggas out here that'll move and don't even go nowhere.
Right.
And will be like, nah, I can't do it. I ain't gonna do it.
They just moved across.
Shout outs to you for, you know,
From
being
New
a
Memphis to
career
East
woman.
Memphis, they feel like
No, they will move from one street over and will ghost your ass because you don't know what they is. They'll get a new job.
This is true. It's very true.
But listen.
It's very true.
I supported my girl the whole way. Matter of fact, I was thinking about moving to LA too. I ain't even been out there to visit yet, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I supported my girl the whole way.
Yeah, we made some progress though. She's looking at me like,
Shit. What did we do? We got some really good systems in place. Yes, you made the logo. We got some systems in place together.
Yeah.
We built some like policies and stuff. Yeah, we did some behind the scenes.
I was struggling when I first got to LA. I ain't had time to be sitting up there trying to.
We had videography stuff together.
Yeah,
though,
it's
but,
okay.
But
You're doing great. You're doing great. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So anyway, we can scratch that top icebreaker. You can go straight into.
Okay, so of course, every week we have a word of the week. Now, this one is gonna kill us because how the hell do we talk without saying this? But the word of the week this week is we. The word we.
So you gotta say us and we gonna
basically
we gonna sound ignorant as hell.
Listen, so y'all don't judge us on this podcast, and it's about to sound real crazy. Right. But we are gonna try something different this week. We're going to pick a viewer to keep track of when we say these words and to tell us to drink. Because a lot of times we forget and we be talking and sometimes we catch it, sometimes we don't. So one of our followers, tell us if you're okay, if you want to be a part of this. Because you got to drink with us too. Like when we say it and we drink, you got to drink too. Let us know if you'll be with us to keep up with that. We're going to sign it to you for this show.
So I might have to nominate somebody just because I know she might have some liquor somewhere around.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine too.
I'm going to nominate Ken if she watching today. Ken Hood.
Ken Hood, where you at, girl?
Ken my cup.
Somebody tag her and tell her we're looking for. Alright. So, fuck shit on social media.
Oh, we. So, do we want to start with Christmas?
Let's end with that.
Let's end with Christmas. Okay. Alright. Well, Trump finally got impeached. And I know we late on it, but that's because we didn't have a show last week. So we still gonna talk about it this week.
This is true. I mean, he got impeached, but he ain't going nowhere. Like nothing changed. It just say he's impeached. Like I know Damien, one of our like #1 followers. We gonna have to do something for Big Damien. But he reposted something and was like, Trump's impeachment is like getting suspended the last week of your senior year.
But getting in school suspension though.
Like for real.
Like you ain't gotta go home. Yeah, it's in school
you just
suspension.
can't come to this class.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
you just sitting in the room.
But truth be told, I don't want Pence. I would rather keep Trump. At least he'll tweet and tell us what he gonna do.
But now, see, and the thing is like I don't want nobody that was a part of his cabinet. You feel what I'm saying?
Period.
He gonna impeach
the whole
wipe the whole board. Don't just we're gonna take the head out. But I mean, the snake's still there. It's still the fucking.
He ain't
snake.
even the head though. He just the puppet. That's the crazy part.
Who?
Trump. Trump ain't the head of nothing.
But he's the
face bullet
of it.
taker.
He's the face of it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, he the bullet taker. Yeah. But he ain't the head though. Like, cause if he get out of office, if somebody in his party, which will be Pence, gets there.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
who's to say that he wasn't taking orders from Pence? Now Pence got out of power. But not
I mean, either way, he had an agenda based on his cabinet. You know what I'm saying? If he felt like he wouldn't, or everybody wasn't on the same page, they wouldn't have been a part of it. So either way, they all fucked up. Move one, you gotta go and get rid of
I never claimed Mr. Cheeto as my president.
Yeah, but Cheeto. He gotta go to trial. So we will see what happens when they go to trial. And my hope and my prayer is that his ass get up out of there. Like, even though it's kind of just like we done been there this long. Like, why we in him now? Right? Yeah, I still want him to go. So, I was just tripping off how when it was announced, like the whole damn timeline, like everybody felt the need to say the same thing. Can we make sure the camera's still going? But yeah, I was just looking at how like everybody said the same thing. He said for some reason there is no share button. Go to the actual podcast page, watch the live from there, and you should be able to share it.
Not the watch party. My
watch party may be friends only. Are we back in business?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we back up.
Okay. Anywho, I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, so yesterday was Christmas. How was you guys' Christmas?
I had a good Christmas.
Same.
I had a good show.
Christmas was for the kids. I cooked, but everything else for the kids.
What you cook, man?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. No, I cooked some chicken breast, macaroni and cheese, green beans, mashed potato.
What you put in your macaroni and cheese?
What you mean? As far as the
you make like everything.
It wasn't like.
You go beat a box macaroni and cheese.
No. It was elbow macaroni. You had the cheese. You had the I put whole evaporated milk in mine.
Okay, that's different.
Okay, that's the new.
Yeah, it keeps it creamy.
Oh, okay.
It does. I'm just telling y'all why he put it there.
Right.
Anyway, so my Christmas was...
Keeps the creamy over. All right.
Y'all managed. Alright, but for real, my Christmas was cool. Like, I don't know, I guess it's weird being like 27 and like you ain't get shit, you know, like if you ain't got no significant other and you ain't got no kids, then Christmas is just like a day to kick it with your family. So I will say that that's what happened. That was fun, of course. Like, my family is always a vibe. Them folks crazy as hell. But it was a lot of time where it was just boring because, like, Thanksgiving is our really big holiday. That's when, like, all our family is here. And then on Christmas, everybody live out of town. My brother live in LA. I got cousins in Atlanta, a bunch of them. A couple folks that stay up north. If somebody stay in Seattle, like, everybody just kind of spread out. So it's so small on Christmas. So
I described it as Thanksgiving is the adult holiday now, and Christmas is a kid holiday.
Yeah.
If you don't have kids, like, Christmas is just kind of like, why am I up this early? Like,
yeah,
if it don't, there's no reason for you to be woke. Like, the excitement of waking up on Christmas was with kids, or you as a kid waking up. Now it's just kind of like, I don't know. Thanksgiving is when the adults. That's our holiday. We can turn up. We got food. Like, everybody in the same house. That's what we come for.
So
like,
basically, Thanksgiving, you be like, fuck them kids.
I mean, I say fuck them kids every holiday because I ain't got no kids. So, you know.
You got no nephews and nieces?
No, I got 2 god kids.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, I be with them, but like, they was with their mamas and their dad's family yesterday. So, I gotta go see them tomorrow.
Yeah, my goddaughter, she thinks she grown, honey, so... But I did get her something for Christmas. I just haven't seen her yet, so we'll see her. But you know, it's just Christmas just ain't.
How was Christmas in LA?
Yeah, it's different.
Were you here in LA?
I was here.
You were here for Christmas?
Yeah.
How was Christmas?
It was cool. It was chill. You know, I was over making the sweet potato pies and the macaroni. That's why I asked you what you put in yours. But you know, it was chill. My family actually went with me downtown. I got me a little drone recently, so I was out there flying my drone yesterday, and you know, they were enjoying it.
So you practicing on like,
y'all
recording with the drone?
It was dope.
Practicing on recording with the drone?
Yeah, I'm just really trying to get the technique down because
the drums. I've always wanted to play the drum.
No, drone.
Drum. Look at me. I'm thinking she said drum.
Nah,
never mind.
I took my drums to the park to play.
Yeah, you might have your little donation head out there or something,
No.
Especially in this city.
But no, so I just bought a drone recently, just invested in myself, really.
Right.
Trying to level up the video stuff, so.
Yeah. That's why I asked as far as like having a camera. Like, you know, some people just fly them just for fun, but like, I know you probably have a camera. Yeah, it's like my a good friend. Well, I don't say a good friend of mine, but somebody I know, he does the same thing. You know, and he started flying drones and you know recording his videos and doing like city overviews with the drone and stuff like that. And it took me like, how you doing? Oh, he got a drone. So like, it took me a minute to like figure out, oh, that's how they're doing it, and it's, you know, completely step up in the game as far as being able to not only record but also use drones to get those high up, you know. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, it's a lucrative business. You can make some
money
off of that.
Yeah, he actually toured with God in him a few years back, and like he's come a long way from just where he started from. I say that.
Dope.
All right. So speaking of Christmas, you know, with our fuck shit on social segment, y'all was so cute with all y'all Christmas PJs and y'all kids and families and shit in front of the Christmas tree. Like, y'all was just so cute.
I'm talking about they turned up for the holidays. I don't know where the fuck this was. 64 days out of the year.
Well,
but they came out of nowhere with the pajamas. I never seen 2 pajamas twice, so I don't know if y'all got y'all's custom made or y'all went all something. Because I never seen two of the same kind of pajamas.
You want nobody matching it.
Nobody.
The
but the family. It's like they only had one set for each fork and everybody.
Right.
Nobody.
I saw a lot of plaid, but it was just like the plaid.
The plaid was in.
Yeah.
I was like, plaid.
The tops weren't.
Yeah.
You're right.
I never seen 2 of the same design twice.
Your friends, they did a good job.
They did. Shout out to y'all. None of my friends did it, but okay. My Facebook friends, y'all was turned. Like, I didn't even know half of y'all had families.
Your Facebook friends.
Yeah.
That'd be the best part though. Christmas be.
But y'all keep that.
You can get away with it on Thanksgiving, but Christmas be the real. Like that shit exposes everything.
Cause how can you not post your family on Christmas?
Yeah.
You have no excuse for that.
I ain't post my family on Christmas.
I do.
You ain't got no kids.
I'm talking about like the rest of the family.
Well,
We don't got the rules with the kids in the pajamas. They got the posties pajamas. Y'all done made this grown man put this onesie on.
The funny part is that it ain't even his kids that he, posing with them.
Man, look, I just seen the pictures. You said it, I did.
She said I just seen the pictures.
The shade.
Pictures.
Why y'all talking about these folks? Like I said, they was cute.
We ain't say they was cute. I just said they.
I mean, my girl down there just said that it's funny that a lot of them was single for the most part.
I never said it was
totally adorable. On Sunday it was fuck these niggas ain't shit. But then come Christmas, they all shits and giggles.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hey.
They had footy pajamas on.
Let the people be happy with their life, fly by way.
Baby, y'all can live y'all life however y'all please. If y'all like it, I ain't gonna say I love it, but we gonna keep it moving.
Anywho, so this is our last show before the new year, guys, and everybody's probably like in this spirit of like reflection and like looking back. And so, the fuck shit on social, we finna start getting all these new year, new me posts. This is what's X, Y, and Z happening in 2020. So, what y'all got happening in 2020?
Well,
I'm gonna be in the gym, No, I'm just playing.
I don't know what
you finna UFC? UFC fight?
No, this everybody go. I'm gonna start working out.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even lie to myself and say that. I'm gonna just say I'm gonna start eating better because I can guarantee that
That's the one part. That's the one thing I can say. I wouldn't. I'll get in the gym, but I ain't gonna eat better.
See, I won't get in the gym, but I eat better.
Nah, I'm the other way. I gotta
won't
eat.
get in the gym, but next year I got
better last year, but I still gained weight this year, probably because I ain't work out with it. So I'm done with that lie. I'm just gonna do it, and then when it happens, we can talk about like, this was But yeah, like anytime I write it down that's what I'm gonna do. That's the one thing. Literally, if I look at my goal sheet from last year, losing weight is the only thing that didn't happen. Everything else happened. So, it's a pretty damn good job. I accomplished.
I think that I'm gonna actually make a post and launch my candle line on the 1st of the year. So I will actually be making a full post about that on the 1st.
Congrats.
Thank you. Next year I will be taking my real estate test too. So that'll be coming.
So me, I got my hands in like a lot of stuff, but I really believe in having multiple streams of income, and I just jumped into stock trading this year. So my goal is to have my stocks popping in 2020. Like, I plan to trade better, I plan to read the stock market better, and I really want that to become lucrative to the point where I'm waking up and I'm like, yes. So that's
what's up.
Something I'm focusing on for next year.
Pretty much with me, 2020 is just gonna be a year of me maximizing my potential, and actually profiting the way that I should be off of my bartending business. I do a lot of shit pro bono. I do a lot of where you just pay for the expenses versus where I'm actually profiting off of things. So next year just gonna be making sure that I'm always doing it for the profit and not just doing it just to say that I did it or just to try something different. So that's me.
Alright, sound like we all got a little something we working on. And I'll tell y'all about mine later. But anywho.
Later.
Wow.
So, yesterday.
What?
Yesterday was Christmas, right? That was yesterday?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jesus is born.
She just wanted to talk about Kanye. That's the only reason.
She brought this up, y'all.
Jesus is born dropped. And
of course he dropped
of course he dropped that on Christmas, right? Of course that was plotted and planned. But it was a good, I saw it yesterday, but I didn't listen to it yesterday. I checked in with it today, and I just kind of glanced through it, touched on a few songs, and all of them sounded really good. So, from what I heard, Kanye West ain't actually on the album.
What?
He's probably producing it. He was probably
He the choir director.
The executive.
So he Kirk Franklin in the joint up is what he.
Yeah, he ad-libbing the choir director.
From what I heard, he not on it. Like, he not even Kirk Franklin.
I'm just gonna stop trying to figure my boy out.
But what I will say is, if you are familiar
Okay,
with
hold on. So Ken Hood, she's finally here. We need we need a favor from you. So we are doing the word of the week. You know we do the word of the week every week. This week the word is we. We need you to help us keep track of who needs to drink when we say this word. So that's your job.
You gotta drink with them too. I know you got some over there, some you done mixed up, or some you got straight. You gotta drink with whoever else got to drink.
Matter of fact, everybody who is everybody who's watching, can I get y'all to drop that little whiskey emoji or a champagne bottle or something if you drinking with us tonight?
Yeah.
And again, shout out to Key to My Cup. That's Ken Hood if y'all don't know. So I know she got some on, some in her cabinet to drink.
I know all y'all got some of y'all cabinets to drink. Yesterday was Christmas. I know y'all got something. Bet, see? That's why I like her.
Alright. So anyway, like I was saying, my boy dropped Jesus is Born. And I told y'all last time I was so hard on Jesus is King because I felt like if you're gonna make some gospel music, it needs to sound like Ultralight Beam meets Jesus Walks, and then I'm here for it, right? But that shit was trash. It was garbage. But Jesus is Born came back for redemption, my nigga. Like, that John bump, but Kanye not actually on there. Not that I've heard. But I ain't get through all 19 songs.
So that they just warmed your little spirit on Christmas, huh?
I didn't listen to it on Christmas.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Like I said, I kind of touched through there today. And when I was touching through the songs, like, they just sounded good. It was just like if you like gospel music, whether you Christian or not, because like I don't necessarily, but I just still enjoy gospel music, and so that shit bump, like point blank in the period, like it bump. So ain't none of y'all heard and listened to it, touched on the song?
Baby, I don't even flinch when I heard Kanye voice.
I was just about to say, I don't rock with Kanye. Kahoo.
I mean, it ain't nothing against my guy. That's how you live your life, cool. The way you live it don't got nothing to do with me. He don't interest me. He don't pick nothing about him piques my interest. Like,
I like the old Kanye.
Yeah, it was like nothing about him.
Kardashian Kanye.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But when it comes, like, I don't fuck with him like as a person at this point. But like when it comes to music, he still put out some of my favorite music. Like, if you go to any playlist that I made, it's probably filled with old Kanye stuff. So if he drops something, I'm definitely gonna at least give it a listen and see if I like it. And that's one of those things, like, I'm gonna go back to it, I'm gonna listen to the whole album, I'm gonna see if I really like this album. But from the songs that I just played a little bit of, they just lit. Moving on.
Okay, so Roddy Ricch. Have y'all not heard the album?
I have not heard his new album.
Your disappointment. The disappointment.
Being antisocial.
Yeah, it's Kyle. Please excuse me for being antisocial. Okay, so at first they kept telling me to go listen to this album. I was just like, When I say the album is banging from beginning to end, y'all gotta go listen to this album.
Yeah.
Like, what's great about the album?
It's just the feel of the music. I'm a vibe type of person. So if I can't vibe to your music, I ain't gonna like it. So it's just one of them, like, you can vibe from beginning to end, but all the songs don't sound exactly the same. Okay. So you get a little bit of something different with the different songs you listen to. I'm a rap girl anyway. It's the Memphis in me. I can't help it. But I love the album. I ain't gonna say I don't know if it was album of the year or nothing like that, but it was definitely a good album.
Grammy worthy? Grammy nomination worthy?
If you compare it to all the new artists that are out right now, I would definitely say that I would definitely say he got like the best new artist for sure.
I was gonna say BET Hip Hop Award worthy.
Yeah, he BET Hip Hop Award worthy for sure. Now Grammy Award, they be.
Grammy, he actually could skate in that category
for new artists,
best award to a hip hop album, just because it's Grammys.
Okay.
Who do y'all think the best album of 2019 was?
Ooh.
Y'all know I'm going with Summer Walker, but y'all know this neither here or there.
That's a lie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, y'all, you know what?
That album actually was fire though. It had to grow.
Miss Kanye West.
Yeah.
Damn.
First of all, when you finish, Kanye West has made some of the best music in this decade.
I ain't never tripped off that. But Summer Walker is definitely putting her stamp in the game with some of the best music.
Is making that whole album sound exactly the same.
It does
sound
not.
exactly the same. And that's probably the most thing that I didn't like about the album. It's like,
sounds the same.
when I hear those songs separately, I like this song, I like that song, but listening to the album can't no go for me.
It's not it's no diversity.
Her tone.
No.
Okay.
I don't really like her tone, the way she coming from.
Said Miss Kanye. So
Woo, she got a little edgy, didn't it? Okay.
Hey, talking about her yay like that.
You see how she just dog my girl?
I said you can't be talking about her yay like that. You know you gonna get that
And
clap
she know
back.
I don't like her. Yeah,
You know that clap back coming.
I always tell you that I don't fuck with Summer Walker, so it's nothing.
So the same way that
It's not
you
like I
feel
wake up and be like, no, I don't fuck with Summer Walker today. I never fuck with
She
this
never
bitch.
fuck with her.
I never fuck with
The
her.
same way you feel about Ye, the same way she feel about Summer
This is
Walker.
why we can
So hey,
understand.
if you throw Ye under the bus, you can't speak on Summer Walker because she gonna get right back with you.
But I don't really hate Kanye. Like his old music, I fuck with.
Right.
But his Kardashian years, I'm straight on.
I can't fuck with none of it. Like, definitely in the beginning, you know.
Yeah,
Like I was,
she was A1.
I was, you know, all that at the beginning. Jesus woke, and you know, when he was with Jamie Foxx, and you know, all them shit was straight. But
What's your favorite album of 2019?
I don't know. I don't have one.
y'all been on that Inglewood, sir?
Who?
Inglewood,
That's
sir.
the LA shit sound like.
Oh my
Clearly.
gosh.
Clearly.
Oh, you talking
You got realize.
Sir, though,
about Chasing Summer?
Yes.
Yeah.
That album go hard. Y'all haven't heard that?
I have
Nope.
heard, sir.
Crickets.
Nope, I'm
Wow.
happy to listen to it. I don't know nothing about that one.
So
Which one of them was?
Start to finish.
I haven't
Don't skip.
replayed it a bunch.
I'ma definitely
but
have to go.
I have full
Let it ride from start to finish.
Okay, I listened to it on my way home today.
What's favorite album of 2019?
Don't say baby.
It was you know what? The baby might the baby might be it, cause it's been kind of dry. It's
So
been kind
Summer
of quiet.
Walker
yeah.
album sounds the same, but you can bop from beginning to end with the baby same ass beat having ass.
oh, check ball. Hold on.
All his beats sound alike. All he had to do is speed them just up and slow them down. Put a little piano here. That's the same beat.
While he works with a consistent producer and has a similar sound, he's not on every fucking song.
Someone-
Her shit sound the same to me. I just don't fuck with it. But
The tempo.
you can give me the bop with it every song.
We can bop every. That's all we gonna do out there, joint.
I fuck with that. I mean, because like I respect the fact that
like he sounded like.
he can bring a certain energy, and it, you know what I'm saying, it's not just about like smoke, like pills and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why like I can listen to damn near anything he put out just because I know it's gonna be a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And like his energy and the type of pressure that he brings is not just like on some tough ass shit or I'm the hard. Like he is versatile and like he a rock star. You feel what I'm saying? He gonna be hype. He gonna bring energy.
He definitely gonna bring the energy.
Yeah.
He just gonna sound the same.
And you know,
That's all I need. Like fuck all that.
But sometimes consistency is a good thing as your branding person right here. You know what I'm saying? I know if I need to hear a certain type of music where I'm going. Like I said today, right before the show, I was like, damn, we kind of mellow today because I ain't playing the baby. Usually we play the baby. You know what I'm saying? We be having his little shit playing, his music just playing right while we getting ready, while we sitting up. I ain't played it in about 2 weeks. I was like, I feel like the energy off because of.
That's kind of why I don't like Future because he whine too much. I feel like the
I'm
auto-tune
starting
whine
to
and
get out
shit.
of the Future.
I ain't never fuck
Because
with
I
it.
have only selective songs that I listen to from him.
I can't fuck with that shit. Like, I can't even understand what the fuck you
Yeah,
saying.
He kept dropping stuff back to back to back to back to back.
But that's how I feel about the baby. Like, don't get me wrong, I like his music. I'm not saying he's a bad artist, but I feel like all of the stuff, the major stuff he been putting out, it sounds the same. The beat sounds the same.
But see, that's what I'm
arguing with you.
But the thing is, like,
that we like it.
Like Future was putting out album after album, and that shit all sound the same. Versus with like the baby, he's like on a lot of features and shit because he hot.
Yeah, and he's on a wave right now, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Album, so
That's why I said he hot. You know what I'm saying? Versus
So
like Future, he was just putting
this is his time.
After project after project, and that shit all was him auto-tune singing on this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and outside of that, he's a very well-rounded artist. Not only is his music great, but his music videos.
This what I mean by
his music videos are, and it just looked like he be having fun. So it draws you to his music. Like, I want to hear this shit because it's gonna make me feel like I'm having fun right now. You know what I'm saying?
I do, and I do want to get in the mood. He do slide in.
Exactly. So yeah, like I said, and I'm not saying that Summer Walker's not a good artist. Like I said, her first project I loved. Her second one let me down. I mean, it sounded the same.
We just like what we like. This just like Kanye. I like some Kanye West old music, but if you was to say Kanye West or then like nothing about it is gonna make me want to go listen to.
Yeah,
but that's
I
just
feel the same way about Summer Walker. Like I said, I'm saying I wouldn't not go listen to her music because I liked her first project so much.
You tried.
I would go listen to her music.
I ain't get my boy try just for
I
you.
didn't like that joint.
I'm gonna go home and listen to
it. You tried to like listen to it again and again? Because the first time I
played
listened to it, I was like, no, this ain't
when I first listened to it, I fell in love like 3 times, and I was like, Then I listened to it again, and I was like, okay, maybe I missed a couple bops.
Maybe because I played it all day in one day. Because I know you gotta sit with music, and so I wasn't doing nothing really that day. I was just sitting around the house. So I let it play all day, and I was like, I kept zoning out because all this shit sounded the same. I wasn't gravitating towards no one song. And then like I said, when you listen to it on like a separate playlist, sometimes I go and I pick R&B playlists. And so you hear one song here and there or 2 songs, and it's mixed in with other shit. That shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
I don't even be giving my boy Kanye a chance. I listen to him tonight.
I'm gonna throw the Marathon album out there, not just cause Nip dead, but like I feel like that was a really good album.
That was a freaking masterpiece.
Yeah, from beginning to end, I was such like. Now that I think about it, I would throw that one out there.
But it didn't drop this year.
It didn't?
No.
I could have sworn that was early this year. That was last year? Oh, well, shit, that's still gonna put it up there because I ain't shit this year other than.
Yeah, this year has been kind of dry with music.
I know it went 20.
Marvin Frank said with streaming and music being so accessible, it'll be a rarity for the industry to produce classic artists.
Not true.
I disagree.
I wouldn't say that.
I feel like it's some folks out there with some real like different sounding music, like Ari Lennox. Her shit bump. You want to talk about somebody's music who bump and it don't sound the same on every song? Like a real genuine artist. Like she ain't just sampling music either. She writing to a new beat. Like somebody produced some shit for her and she wrote to that. Ari Lennox. So
I think a lot of the issue with like now and people like streaming is people want recognition. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. Don't jump on me about the Ariana Leak situation with the award. Ari Lennox, my baby. But with the situation with the award, I did. But I feel her, but I don't feel her because I feel like a lot of the people that's getting into artistry now is trying to please the record label. So they're not doing music that they really truly feel anymore. They're doing whatever they feel like they can get recognized and played for. A lot of people. Or it's stopping them from making the music how they want to make it. Depending on who you behind.
One of the other things that I'll say is it's way too many artists and music is coming out literally every week. So nobody's going to have the same taste. So it's open for everybody to like whoever they're going to like without having to say, this is the main thing that's popular, this is what everybody's like, and this is going to be what we call a classic. Nobody has to worry about consecutively liking something anymore. You have basics that play on the radio, but I mean, everybody has what they like. They like what they like, and with playlists, like you said, it makes it a lot easier to just focus on whatever you want.
That's true too. I mean, it's also like a lot of people saying as far as radio and all that kind of shit. It's like with as much in many platforms there are. Like if you catch a vibe with somebody that you may see on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, it's so many more ways to access music and different artists, regardless if they're underground, mainstream, or whatever. Like, if the content is good, then that person will more than likely make it. Or that person, it will get more exposure because now you're going to have people talking about it. Versus where back in the day, it's like, it wasn't it wasn't easy to get to. So if somebody was on the East Coast, you weren't really hearing this shit on the West Coast unless they literally traveled out there and had connections with people. If you was down south, you weren't hearing all this different shit. unless they were mainstream. Now it's like you got a lot of underground rappers that are from East Coast, West Coast, down South, or wherever that we can hear and that we can catch on to, because it's like you have more of a mainstream platform on social media or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I feel like now it's easier to become a breakout star, just like the baby. Like the baby from Carolina, ain't nobody ever made it from Carolina other than fucking Petey Pablo. You feel what I'm saying? And that was what 15 years ago? Almost 20 years ago?
Fantasia?
Barely.
American Idol helped it though, right?
Oh, y'all hit the corner like this.
We talking about rappers though.
Still got a whole thing.
I'm just saying she didn't make it out the mud. You know,
I mean,
she went on the contest show.
Like,
you know.
but it was her opportunity, baby.
We congratulate her. We congratulate her. Okay, she made a, that 1-5 song.
Hey.
I was,
y'all should be killing me.
What's the one?
She be killing me.
you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
And then you chose that one.
That's the one I like.
She used to sing her heart out.
That is crazy.
Fantasia kicked them shoes off.
Yeah.
The truth is, I had this girl my dad used to date. She used to bump this CD, y'all. We had to go to, she was from Jackson, Tennessee. So every time we had to go pick up her daughter or go drop her daughter off out there to her mama's house, she played that song, that album.
That was the playlist.
The whole way there and the whole way back.
Right.
See, that's too much.
Yeah.
Tasia be yelling.
And see, we talking about playlists. Like, okay, so back in the day, whenever you go on a road trip, like most of the time you going out over, cross lines or whatever, so the radio station gonna go out.
Yeah.
So you have a CD or some shit that you will listen to get you there and back. Versus where now you have the internet, which has playlists, and you hit that playlist, you end up listening to artists you've never heard before, just because. So it's easier to get your music heard and to get yourself out there. I'm sorry, that was just like
and I don't know if we're about to wrap this up, but my thing is like, what makes a classic artist in today's time? Because
that's crazy. Because one of our followers just asked what artist has the potential of being on Drake level.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what made me say as far as like you can get there because Drake is on his level because of his diversity and the type of music that he puts out.
And how long has Drake been rapping?
Correct.
The whole damn decade.
Exactly.
And how long has Drake's face been out there though?
The whole damn decade.
I'm saying like before he did music, like even as a little kid, his face been out there.
Regardless of his face, it's still
wasn't really fucking with him.
I mean, no, but you never know who he running to.
Wheelchair Jimmy.
I mean, we didn't know that, but as a kid trying to get it, we never know who he ran into that could have helped him get. Because it only take one person to help you. So I ain't gonna say that he just full on. Oh no, I just meant like as to get him to that level, he had to start.
He had to start.
So it didn't just start like last week. Like he been building
his quality though. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody not putting out the same quality. Like you can't compare. Like just like with Michael Jackson or Prince.
Artistry is so diverse, though. Seriously.
Just like with Michael Jackson or Prince, you can't say who's gonna be as big as them because it's like.
I just
look
feel
at
like
the quality of the music they was putting out. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about just like comparing. Like, okay, look at R&B or rock stars and stuff. At that time, nobody reached that level. So like with Drake now, I can't say nobody gonna reach his level because of the diversity and the quality of the music that he puts out. Like he'll have a whole album where he just singing, and then he have a whole nother album he come back and he just bars.
I ain't gonna say I don't think artists, we gonna have to wrap this up in a second though, but I ain't gonna say that we not gonna have an artist that can get there. I think we just gotta stop
right now
comparing people's paths to get there. We trying to compare this person did A, B, C, and D and you didn't do these, but they might not have been the path that they was on. That don't mean that they any less successful. So I feel like people gotta give people that respect in their own lane and their own right. Like comparing yourself to Michael Jackson, first of all, we didn't grow up in the time of Michael Jackson, so music industry was totally different when Michael Jackson and Jackson 5 was out. Like the stuff that they went through back then, not saying that it's not issues now, but it's definitely different than what it was. So it's a different type of way. Like Prince going through what he went through, being the type of man that he was, you can get by now versus quicker or easier than you would have back then.
So speaking of people staying in their own lane, and creating their own path, today's topic and the title is Now or Never. That's inspired by a Kendrick Lamar song. But now or never, creating your life. You know, we walking into 2020, like I said, and we like literally a couple days away from not only a new year, but the mark of a new decade. So, you know, it's like some energy that is flowing through that's different from what it usually is around a new year. And to me, it's reminiscent of when we walked into 2000. Like, when it was finna be the new millennium, it was like Y2K everywhere. Oh my God, we're going into a new millennium. Do y'all remember that shit? Like, we finna die. Like, we not finna die. Yes, we was young as hell, but I still remember just how excited people were. And it was, I was thinking about this the other day while I was driving. I was like, damn, like, everybody been talking about this new decade, and like everybody's making mention, right? Everybody's making mention of this new decade feeling. So I'm like, damn, this sound like, man, I was like 8 years old when we was going into the year 2000, like the new millennium. So we here again at a new era of things. So
we are. This is 2020.
2020.
You remember the show Feel of the Future?
No.
Anyways, it was on Disney Channel, but it was like them in the future. I don't know why I feel like 2020 was gonna be like flying cars when I was little.
We all did.
2000 was supposed to be
like I just feel like we was gonna be living in clouds at this point. Not saying that we didn't.
I really thought we was gonna be the Jetsons.
Like,
right.
It's the life I thought I was gonna live.
I was ready to fly to Kroger. You understand?
I'm ready to teleport, like just get in the closet, hit the button, I'm at Kroger, get my groceries, come back. Like I'm trying, I don't want to have to drive there at all.
Right, I really thought we was gonna be like, like to Kroger instead of still whipping that jump. But it's okay. Well, maybe one day we'll get there. But so Erika, Miss LA. Take a shot, Ken. I knew you was gonna be on it. She wants us to take a shot, sir. Me and you.
Sandra and Freddie take a shot.
Speaking French.
I'm taking
no.
He said Sandra take another one.
Wow.
Ooh.
What?
That's between you and Ken. We promoted her to this job. We cannot argue.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Say that again.
She got to be Ken, I'm trying to question your judgment because I ain't said no sentence that could have even fit that word in there.
You probably did.
So I don't know.
I'm really trying to be
So I don't know why you felt like I needed to take a shot, but I took two. Oh. Anyway, threw me off. Now, Erika, so you filmed by Erika and everything, and let's talk a little bit about like what you do and what inspired you to do this.
So basically, I'm a videographer, filmmaker. What inspired me? Whew. This started back in like 2008. Back in my day, you know, I was like rapping or whatever. Believe it or not, I used to rap. I was rapping.
You on your
You got me a song or two like flowing on the internet, but y'all not gonna find it.
So you're not gonna drop a couple bars?
I'm not dropping no bars. I'm done with that. I decided I didn't want to do that. Changed my life.
Man, we know you got 16 in your back pocket right now.
I don't. Not tonight. So yeah, I was like, caught myself rapping, and then I started making beats, and then after that, I was like, well, if I'm going to do all of this, I might as well be a one-man band. So I picked up a camera, found a way to get some video software, and my first music video was To the Stanky Leg by G.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I made the little music video, and like, I mean, one day I was like, jack of all trades, master of none, pick one. Oh, I was also DJing too. I was DJing, rapping, making beats.
Oh yeah, you in there.
There's one thing I wish I
graphic
knew how to
designing and this, and I was like,
graphic designing.
Also that virtual DJing off of the keyboard and the mouse. But yeah, I was doing all of that, and I was like, yeah, jack of all trades, master of none, pick one. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, video production is gonna be my thing, and I pretty much just ran with it. And the way that like everything aligned, it was just like,
This was
It
you.
was divine, yeah. Like I was walking into a dope video production program in high school. We had this thing called Wildcat TV, and it was designed TMZ style.
Wait, what school you went to?
Oh, I went to the school called Wheeler High School out in Marietta, Georgia.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Shout out to the Wildcats.
Wildcat, because I went to Hampton. We Wildcat too. That's why I get caught. Yeah. Damn, I gotta take a shot. I said we.
You said it 2 times. I'm just saying. My bad. So anyways, yeah, so I was doing some video production in high school. Oops. You got an attitude.
Damn,
Dang.
Ooh, Jesus.
That one?
Ken didn't even catch that one, but Erika caught your ass.
Times, I don't know. It wasn't me.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I was doing it in high school, and then I feel like my teacher seen a spark in me, and she really invested some time into me and had me like work with some other software that the other students weren't working with. And then got to college, and I was like, I ain't really gonna do the video stuff like that, but I was itching to continue to do videos. So I took and made my first investment. I bought a DSLR for $250. I don't know, this dude, it was a steal. I don't know if he was desperate for some money or what, but bought that camera off of him. We met at Oak Court Mall. We met at Oak Court.
How much was it? How much was it worth?
Probably like 5 or 6.
Hold on, you said who made it? Oak Court Mall?
Me and the guy that
No,
sold
you
it.
said, but
Oh,
yeah, got your ass. Yeah.
Yeah, take that shot too.
long story short, that investment led me to LA. I became known as the video girl on campus, made my money off of that. Went to LA with that same camera I bought and did some work, and the rest
She
was
took
up
my
from there.
shit single hands.
Single?
Single hands.
You wanted everybody to know you was single. It didn't happen.
Your headshot?
Graduation.
Senior.
She was fresh out. She was fresh out of a relationship. I need some single.
Some single hands. Let this nigga know it is over.
She was singing at Fantasia.
Listen, I actually had a boo at that time.
Keisha Cole Weather.
No, I had a boo. Listen. I just don't need to be going to the car before the show.
But yeah, I did take your senior headshots with that same $250 camera that I invested in. Yes.
Yay.
It's taken me very far.
Awesome.
Do you still have it?
I do still have it. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it.
Favorite one?
Yeah. Just so many memories.
That too.
It's significant.
Yeah, I was gonna say
symbolic
it's
for
symbolic
you.
for you.
Cool. So we talked about how you started. Now, when did you feel like it was time for you to like level up?
When I started making some decent money, and I realized I could really make a living off of this, I was like, oh, let me invest and buy more lenses, and let me try this, and let me try that, and then I never had a concrete plan. Like I was just going with the flow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So either one of y'all, like when y'all started, you just now kind of stepping out there, but Freddie, when you started Freddie's Mobile Bartending, was there a point in time where you said it's time to level up?
That's where I am now. Like that's why I said 2020 is gonna be completely different. When I first started, it was just that was me fresh out surgery.
When did you first start?
That was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
After I had surgery on my Achilles, and I was just sitting at home, couldn't do nothing. And I had been working in different bars and stuff, and I was like, it's time for me to like brand myself and make my own, like the drinks that I've been making that are not on any of the restaurants that I was working at menu. I'm finna make those my drinks. I'm finna make, take it and make it into my own thing. And from that's when I came up with a logo, came up with a name, and it just snowballed from there. But again, it was a lot of the stuff I've been doing has just been me trying to get my name out there, let people know what I'm doing, so you can actually see the product. Now it's like, okay, you see the product, you've seen the consistency, you've seen what I've been doing. Now you're gonna actually get, the full service, and you're gonna actually pay for the full service, versus me just accommodating people just to get my name out there.
So you basically felt like you needed to build your portfolio up before.
Correct. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Right. And I did the same thing when I started NBA. Like I was doing projects for hella cheap. Like, ooh, and I thought like it sounded like a lot of money, but when I looked at how much time, work, and effort I was putting into it, I'm like, girl, you owe me another. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my first project under NBA, we did for $700. And to y'all, like, if you just hear that, like, somebody paid you $700, you gotta say, like, yeah. But no. Like, for you to get a full website, a logo, business cards, flyers, You
gonna make this 700 big so fast. Like, the person you're doing it for, they're gonna make this 700 big so fast with everything that you do.
Like, so that was back in 2016, 2017. So we have definitely since leveled up from there. But I did a couple things. Like, I did that one, and I was like, okay, no, my price is gonna be here. So I set another pretty cheap mark, but it was higher than that. So for a year or two, I was operating just under those prices, just so that we could build up a big enough portfolio to quote unquote require a certain level of pricing, right?
Sometimes you can't come out the door charging a certain amount when you really don't have anything to show for it. I can't. Right. They can look at what you've done to know the quality of what the services I'm going to be getting. So yeah, you go from there. It's like, now, this is what I've done, so this is what you're paying for, you know. So, and I have it main thing now to where you've seen my work, you know the quality that you're gonna get, you know that the drinks are gonna be this and that. Anytime I do something for anybody, whenever you book me, I'm going to at least give you a bottle to take home with. There's gonna be completely separate. That's going to be just yours. You know what I mean? It's not going to be included in what everybody else going to drink off of. It may be the same.
I need to book you.
It may be the same, like, it may be the same drink or the same cocktail, but it's going to be something that you can take home and that you can enjoy on your time that's completely separate from the party. So now it's like me doing that. Like, any party that I do, I try to have at least one custom cocktail that's going to be there for everybody to drink off of versus whatever bottles and stuff you may want included. You know what I mean? So
That's what's up. So, I saw, like, while we've been in this entrepreneurial journey, like, let's talk about, like, 3 of your top lessons, 3 of your biggest lessons that impacted, like, what you see going forward, what you want, what things you kind of had to change based off these lessons, et cetera, et cetera. Like, what are your 3 biggest lessons?
Before we answer that, I'm sorry, I gotta go back.
Hold on, before you start.
Oh my gosh. You got somebody that's on that.
And she on it too. Like, she really on it.
Look at her, love you too, boo. You see her?
I told y'all, Ken.
I told y'all, Ken.
We gonna need you every Thursday. Make sure that's your job. That's it right there. Hey.
Us gonna
you stay back there.
No, what I was gonna say is back to the whole leveling up thing. Before you really level up, you have to do a lot of free work before you're able to really charge people what what you're worth. Like, you have to build up your portfolio. So I think that's just a key piece of advice to give out for people who, have a desire to do something.
You're going to take some L's
in. You'll know if you're passionate about something, if you're willing to put in the extra time and work to knock some stuff out to get, elsewhere. So I just want to say
that's why I kind of took that first year. The first year for me has just been, networking. I've done a lot of vendor events where I probably didn't make what I paid for that event, but you're going to get this card. You can sample everything I got up here.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. You can sample everything. I don't care.
He made me sample everything, y'all. He had this table.
First time we met.
Maybe like this, about 6 drinks up on the table. He was like, you got to drink each one of them. I said, no, I already know I want the one with Hennessy. Now you got to taste all of them. I don't want to taste all of them. I'm going to drink the one with Hennessy.
You going to drink that one too?
That's the one you going to get. That's the one you going to get. You already know what it tastes like. That's the one you going to get. But you still got to sample the rest of them. So now it's like, damn. If you know somebody else, you be like, oh, okay. She been talking about she wants something with peach in it. She been talking about she wants something with mango in it. I know who to call. Versus where it's like, you don't even know what the rest of them are. You just see, I want the one with Hennessy. Nah, taste all these bitches, and then you know what they are in case somebody else. Because I know she only drink dog. You feel what I'm saying? But you know somebody else.
But see, we didn't. He and I did not know each other.
Us didn't know.
Right.
Right.
Ken, he had you simple.
I did not know each other at all. It was my first time meeting this man in his business. And I would have never known that he just started in 2018 because I met him in like April of 2019. So I would have never known that he had just started because of the way he handled his shit. Like, it was cool, like great customer service, great presence. You know, y'all see him, he's super chill. That's how he is as well. If you catch him out at where he's in his area, like when he in his lane, that's how he is. Just like super humble, super chill, talk to you about whatever, make you take a bunch of shots.
Yep. And then like the next day, I like a lot of the events that I've done. I give my business card and I let you sample. I tell you people you gotta walk the plank. So however many cocktails I have up there, whether it be 6, 7, 8, 9, you gotta get I'm gonna give you a shot cup, and you gotta walk the plank. You gotta take a shot out of each one. If you don't buy nothing, cool. I've had people literally call me the next day that didn't buy anything, or message me on Facebook, Instagram. I was tipsy as hell once I got in my car. I got home and like everything that you let me sample, I felt. So it's like, okay, cool. Now I know, well, now you know, like, okay, his drink's gonna get me where I need to be. So whether you buy a pouch or bottle or whatever, like, yeah.
And it was good enough for them to reach out and say something.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the fact that I made you reach back out, you could have went home and not said nothing.
Oh, yeah. So what was your lessons, though? What lessons have you learned?
That you gonna take some L's in the beginning. Like, you gonna lose some money, you gonna put in a lot of man hours and not see the benefits from it. You know, you gonna look like, I ain't getting that buzz, or I'm not getting that recognitions, or I'm not getting booked in certain aspects, but you know it's coming. You know, like everything has its time, everything has its season. You know, so it's just being consistent in what I'm doing, so that when the time comes, I'm not overwhelmed or I'm not caught off guard. I'm like, oh shit, I can't handle it. Yeah. Now I'm gonna stay prepared. I'm gonna stay on top of it. So whenever my name is called, or whenever, hey, I'm ready. Like, I've been waiting on you, player.
Right. Stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Speaking of which, like, I'm going to Chattanooga this weekend to do a birthday party. This is my first time like traveling out of city.
How you charge
to do it? Oh, come on, they pay me. Like, they take care of all my traveling expenses as well as me somewhere to stay when I get up there. So it's like I'm just going there to get somebody fucked up. You know, that's all I got.
That's your job.
Right, you know, that's what I do.
That's what you do. As a matter of fact, since we're on that, this man has us drinking Grinch Piss today.
Shout out to the Grinch Piss.
Now, it sounds terrible, but I promise you, it's actually pretty damn good. Anybody that know me know that I really don't like alcohol like that. But this is just pretty damn good.
Y'all want to know what I don't like about Freddie drinks?
Yeah, please tell us
what I don't like.
Please tell me what you don't like.
I don't like the fact that it be tasting like straight fucking juice.
Yep. It tastes like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and then you be fucked up.
And it kick in out of nowhere. Like, you just be sitting there and it be like, whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I drink, I like drinks that let me know I'm drinking. Mm-hmm. That way, I can be a little bit more aware of how much I'm drinking. Mm-mm. But because this shit tastes like juice, you just be drinking this shit like water, and then all of a sudden you lean.
Ken, you so low down. I've been on your side. Yeah. So that's the thing that I don't like about Freddie drink. So if you want to know people who don't drink like Shani D over here, this is your guy. I'm telling y'all. Yeah. Everybody that know me know I am not the drinker. That's not me. 2-3 shots in, I'm done for the night. Every drink he has made, there has not been one drink that I have not drunk.
Man, y'all, that strawberry Hennessy though.
That Jackoff was what's up.
I gotta get you the pineapple Hennessy too.
Yeah,
remind me
to get some pineapple Hennessy.
I got you.
I'm in town for a couple more nights.
Okay, as a matter of like, so
no, when she said a couple more nights, she mean like tonight and tomorrow.
So I will have some ready tomorrow because I'm leaving Saturday morning. So tomorrow, so tomorrow I'm actually going home tonight to start mixing all of my cocktails that I'm gonna have on hand, and then everything else just gonna be bottle service.
Oh, so we just gonna party at your house while you making your drinks?
I mean, hey, you know, there's never against the, there's never against the grain.
You know, what's up?
There's never against the grain. You know, I'm always.
Exit A, what's up? We in that piece.
Who in that bitch?
getting that hoe. We in there.
Okay, she's gonna need somebody to take her home. Okay.
See, she said it right the first time,
And
but she
then
go back.
messed up.
All right, so back to the impactful lessons.
Yes, Miss.
So what's
your
been yours?
All right, so I don't know if I have 3 out for it, but a primary one is to stay true to what you believe in, because it's so easy to tell some people your dreams, and then for people to be like, you gonna do what now?
Mm-hmm.
No, you need to do X, Y, and Z. It's so easy to get off track. So like, one of my biggest impactful lessons for me is to stay, like, I had to stay true to what I was doing. Like, honestly, my family don't even understand what I'm doing in LA right now. They just be like, "Oh, you was where? Like, what celebrity? Oh, that's cool." Like, and that's not why I do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta stay true to what you're doing. Stay true to your.
For me, I'm new at this. I've only been doing the candle thing for a couple months now, so I'm still in the sacrifice stage, learning my product, making sure I give y'all the product that I'm willing to pay for myself. Like, so I'm still in that sacrifice stage. 2 lessons that I would say. One was believing in myself. Like, cause for a long time, anybody didn't know I could come up with $1 billion ideas, but I didn't. A part of me, I would tell my friends, like, I feel like you would be good for this, or you, but I never did it for me.
Same way.
So I had to take that and believe in myself. Like, don't get me wrong, when I first did them candles, the first batch, I was like nervous as shit, because I was like, people love candles. What if they don't like them? What if they don't do this? What if they don't do that? So, I mean, I had to believe in what I was doing and make sure that the same way that I had to put in the same work that I wanted y'all to pay for.
Right. And see, like I told you,
that is called Berrylicious. That was the candle I made.
When I got the Jamaican me crazy, like when from here to home, the next day, the car still smelled like the candle. Like for like 2 or 3 days, and where I put it in the living room, it was lit, and I hadn't lit it again since leaving here. But the aroma from it was still strong as hell.
See, that's what I wanted.
So,
that was the first lesson, and the second was patience. I have no patience. So this year, I'm gonna ask y'all this in a minute, because I feel like that was important. Like, what did you learn about yourself? Like, not your business, your person. For me, I have no patience. Like, none. I feel like when I do something, I be wanting it to happen right then and there. I'm that person that will order something and 2 seconds later I'm watching for tracking. Like, I had to teach myself how to slow down. I just be anxious about stuff. So
I had to
teach myself to be like,
most of the time,
I be wanting it to happen immediately. Yeah. And I had to teach myself that not only it's not gonna happen overnight, like, you got to put in work for these too. It's not just gonna come because you said you wanted it to come.
She and her said she want to buy a candle, girl. They $10.
I got you, baby.
And we will pull up on you to bring it to you.
Who gonna pull up? Okay.
I will. I don't know what got going on, Ken, but I would definitely pull up on you.
I would agree with you on that as far as like the patience part, because when I was first, like, I made most of the stuff that I make as far as my cocktails, it's gonna be at least 2 gallons. You know, but the money that I put into making those 2 gallons, sometimes I'm like, damn, I need to hurry up and make that back. When in reality, I'm looking for a quick profit off of it, and I gotta think like, nah, I just sold a bottle, but I still got over 2.5 gallons left, so it's like my profit gonna come once I get deeper into it. When I have to re-up, like, that's one of the patience that definitely you have to understand that you have enough product. You feel what I'm saying? To make a profit off of, not just because you make this big ass container and you expect the first time you get a sale off of it, you're gonna make all your money back.
Right.
You gotta see the long game. If you don't see that long game, you fucked up.
Absolutely.
So one of the things when I first started the company, I was working for a small, let me not say small, I was working for a black business owner, and she was, to me, like, for one, we didn't get along very much. Like, our personalities just really didn't mesh. They just weren't right for each other. However, she didn't know that I, like, super admired her just because she was a black woman owning a business, and she also was still working. But she was putting all her money into her business. Like, she really wanted this work, blah, blah, blah. And so, like, when stuff would get slow, like, I was brought on as marketing coordinator, so she was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, this has boosted 60%. This boosted 40%. Da, 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 da. Like, these sales going through the roof, like, compared to before you were here. And then Later we started bumping heads about other things, but really it's because she really wasn't open to some of my ideas. And I completely forgot why I was telling y'all these. Oh, we was talking about
Grinch pig.
Right. So, she, like I said, she wasn't really open to the ideas. But then when I started, he was telling me how valuable I was because your numbers were increasing. Well, I'm trying to continue this increase, but this is what we need to do to increase. So when stuff started getting slow, and she was like, damn, like, shit getting slow. Like, she was like, but I'm not going to be discouraged because it takes 7 years for a business to really profit, yes, and pop the way it's supposed to. So I'm not going to, she would say stuff like, I'm not discouraged by a slow period because it takes 7 years. I only been in this for 3 or 4 at that time.
Yeah.
So, like, she's probably approaching that 4. I don't know.
Because it sounds like she's anticipating, like, all right, let me just ride this wave until
Yeah,
year
like
7.
it's saying like if it's 5 and I drop it, cool, we'll just fix it. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure where she got that information from, but if it is the same, like, I don't know, but if it is the same that it takes 7 years, patience is one of those things that you need to know and have when it comes to opening a business. Also, for me personally, I would say closing my mouth would be one of the biggest lessons. I've had to bite my tongue and hold my pride and swallow. Like,
the crazy thing is the opposite for me. Like, when I was gonna say, I wanted to ask y'all, what was the one thing you learned about yourself this year? Like, not what you feel like you want to accomplish next year. This year that just passed, what was something you learned about yourself, good or bad? And for me, I bit my tongue too much. I would let way too much go, and I would end up in situations of agreeing to stuff that I really didn't want to do. But once I started standing up for myself, like, nah, I don't want to do this. Either you can do it, but put my foot down, like, it's cool, you can do it, but I'm not. It started to show me, like, the people and the things that I wanted to be a part of were the things that I was a part of. Mm-hmm. So that was one thing I learned about myself this year. Miss Erika.
Man, one of my biggest lessons of this year was basically, so before I even say what I gotta say, like, I like to see everybody in my circle win and do great things. And one thing, I don't know if people take my kindness for weakness, but I've gotten my wrist slapped a couple of times. I've gotten, people who tried to cross me. I don't know why, but one of my biggest lessons of last year or this year was to basically stop bending over backwards to make sure somebody else is good before you're good, because in the end, basically, I got the short end of the stick. And instead of being like, man, F people, like, I'm about to turn into a monster, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna make the same mistake 2 times. Right. So, yeah.
Did you want to go?
I'll go after you.
Oh yeah. Kind of the same thing Erika said. My lesson for the year was basically stand up, but do whatever you have to do to continue to push yourself forward. Stop procrastinating. I definitely got to stop procrastinating as much as I do.
Agree. And
just basically push myself, like not being skeptical about what it is, which is why I've, like, this year come out with so many different drinks and like how, like, acknowledging my own creativity, what I'm saying? Because every time that Us has done a show, we've had a different drink, and like most of those have, I gotta take a shot. I still said it. Yep. Every time Us have done a show, we've had a different drink.
Is defined.
Yeah, so it's like constantly just pushing myself to try different stuff and taking those risks and accepting the criticism that may or may not come with it. But then at the same time, like, I can give hella good advice to anybody. I want, like you say, you want to see your people make it. Right. Like, I give advice and try to push other people, right, but forgetting to push myself. So that's one of the things that I have to, like, continue to push myself just as much as I would push and encourage the next person. So that's mine.
Make sure I come back to that pushing yourself. My biggest thing that I learned this year was that you can't collaborate with everybody.
Amen.
Oh,
the work ethic ain't the same.
And it really ain't shade. It was just something that I learned. Yeah. So when it comes to being an entrepreneurship and being a creative and wanting to do different projects, and sometimes you want to go link up with the person that's good in that area.
Yeah.
And they can probably, y'all can add to each other. Like, I might have a vision and you might have the tactical skill to get it done. And so a lot of times we just jump into these partnerships with people who we don't know, who we haven't vetted, who we have not asked the right questions, who we have not tried to work with just on a trial basis first before we go do some contracted shit. And so my biggest lesson, have a drink or two with that motherfucker before you sign some papers.
Absolutely.
And so, like, I haven't necessarily been in a situation where I signed papers, but it was a situation where it could have potentially really damaged my brand had it went any farther than what it did. And so I'm grateful, so grateful for the universe's intervention. Like, the way that shit happened at first, it hurt my feelings. I was like, oh, why would they do this? I thought we were friends. Fuck that shit. These people ain't your friend. That's the first thing. Like, if y'all haven't actually built a relationship, they are not your fucking friend. They out for themselves. You make sure you protect your end. That doesn't mean you have to be a bad person. Right. It doesn't mean you got to be cutthroat. But make sure that you are protected and your company is protected and your business is protected before you enter into any kind of partnership or collaboration with people.
Well, can I ask y'all a question since y'all have been doing this entrepreneur shit a little longer than me?
What's up?
Was there ever a time where, like, shit was just so frustrating that you ever wanted to stop? Like after you said you decided that you wanted to do videos and be a videographer, was there ever a time where you were like, or a moment or like a experience with a person that made you feel like, you know what, this shit might not be for me?
Actually, yes. I was in a situation where, so before I left Memphis, I was working for a company that shall remain nameless. Don't go check my LinkedIn. And a part of my job was to do some video production stuff. And I was working with some individuals that didn't have a video production past. Okay. So they were very bossy. They didn't know what they wanted. They kept changing up the vision. Like, there was no clarity. And it got to a point where I started to dislike my craft. Like, I'm passionate about video production. Like, this is, like, what I want to do. And so it got to a point where I started to dislike it. And I had to step back from that situation, look at that situation from the outside, but also reevaluate myself. Because I'm like, am I going to let somebody drive my dreams into the ground based on how they're treating me? Or am I going to walk away from this and do me? And essentially, I had to walk away from that. I didn't leave the company, but I straight up went to the office one day and I was like, I don't want no parts in video production here. Like, I don't need to explain this to y'all. They were salty about it because I was, like, leading everything. But I was like...
Was it hard? The reason I'm asking, was it hard, is because I remember seeing this clip. I can't even remember what I was watching.
Yeah, she left the whole CD after that, but anyway.
I watched it.
After like 6 or 7 months, you know what I'm saying? And I spent the last 2 months of that company plotting to leave, but whatever.
Like how you said that you just walked in and you decided like you didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
How hard was that decision? Only because I know a lot of artists that are kind of like, I can't do this for free, but I'll do it for free just because it's my craft. But how hard was it for you to say that you're not going to do something that you really love to do?
I wouldn't really necessarily say that it was hard. I was pondering on it for a long time.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you got to protect your peace. And if it's stressing you out and it's a situation that you got to face every single day, it's more so, even if they would have been like, you know what, you fired, I would have been fine. Like, I would have been okay. But it's one of those things where you're like, me or them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not about to drive myself in the ground because they driving me crazy. Like,
yeah, understandable.
Point blank.
Why you keep shooting it at me though? Okay, what was the question again?
What was something? No. What did I just tell you I was coming back to?
That was a minute ago. That wasn't.
Why would you forget? I told you to remember.
That was a minute ago. That was the top of the show.
No, it wasn't.
Anyway, what was your question? Damn, that's trying to be.
Was there ever a moment or a situation that made you consider like stopping your craft? So like, have you, with you being the liquor man, have you ever met?
Say that again. No. Yeah, there you go.
Excuse me. Okay, let me get my Memphis on. The liquor man.
There you go.
Yeah.
But was there ever like
respect on his name?
I got you, baby. Okay. But like I know like you host parties and stuff. Was there ever a party or a customer or something like that was so difficult, or a situation, not even a customer, just a situation that made you feel like this not for me? Like this might not be.
I'm not gonna say that it's.
Everybody fucked up.
So I'm not gonna say that.
I would think more of like a price, like your wholesale, what you buying, the stuff.
The main thing with me is it's not about once I'm doing it, I'm cool because regardless of what the person that hired me, my main focus is your guest. You can be dissatisfied, but long as the other 20 people that you had here or however many guests you have, as long as they satisfied with the service, I'm cool with that. But my main thing was trying to accept the fact that you have a lot of people out here that are going to try their best to cut all corners. So you're gonna be looking for the cheapest route. You're gonna be looking for the whatever you can get out of it. So that's the main thing as far as like trying to understand that all people are not really willing to pay what you're worth. Yeah. Or even like if somebody has a party, you tell them, hey, okay, well, for what you want, it's gonna be at least $250. It's just liquor. And they be like, well, no, I don't think. You got to be able to accept, like, okay, well, they're just not going to be for me. But once you send them to go and buy the shit themselves, then they will understand, well, damn, like, he was giving me a deal. You feel what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize how expensive liquor is.
Shit,
when you want. No, I promise you they don't.
No, they be trying to bullshit you. They know.
They know that's why they paying you.
When people
think you got it on hand already, so you supposed to make the misses with what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Even if I do, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to look at you're asking for top shelf liquor, and then you got seven different like things that you've named to me. So you want Patron, you want Hennessy, you want Jack, you want Crown Apple.
All these top shelf.
All this shit is like $30-$40 a bottle.
Yes.
And you want me to say, oh, it's going to be $100.
Well, you know, Tarzan taught us that if you buy the double shot.
Hennessy don't have a double shot like that.
Fact.
You feel what I'm saying? Fact. So it's like, when you want Hennessy, you got to pay for this. And when you want Jack, you can, you know, I ain't going to tell everybody the little secrets and shit that we're in Jack. But anyway, it's certain liquors that you can buy that are the same quality that may just not have the same name. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with, okay, Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. People don't realize like they are so similar. It's just that one of them is a Tennessee. Jim Beam is just, you know, same. It's the same product.
We like Tennessee whiskey.
Trust me, I'm not saying anything negative. I love Jack Daniels. I love Jack Daniels.
Don't bring that Jim Beam.
If I'm balling on the budget, I go get a half a gallon of Jim Beam for the same price that I would pay for a fifth of Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels feels cheap though, but this not my purpose here today.
So how much is it fit for Jack Daniels? $26?
This motherfucker here was $26 or $27.
Right, so I can go and get a whole half a gallon for the same price.
Compared to Hennessy.
Definitely. Shit.
You know, I used to drink Hennessy.
Jim Beam.
So I was like, oh yeah, let me take this to the party.
You know how much bigger a half a gallon bottle is in this? You can fit like two of these in. You can buy like two. You can get like 2 bottles of this into a half a gallon, right? The same thing as Jim Beam. $28.
I have follow-up questions. I saved them for post-production.
You don't buy a lot of liquor.
I really don't.
But it's just,
I really don't. But I know how much it costs because my friend's alcoholics. So.
But I do buy Hennessy.
It's just like right. I do too.
Favorite shot of Hennessy.
When I tell people how much it is for a bottle of my Hennessy, it's like I can go get myself a bottle. Okay, do that. I'm not gonna judge you, but you have to realize I got Hennessy and Crown Apple in my shit. So you're not just getting straight Hennessy. Am I strawberry Hennessy? Am I strawberry Hennessy? You're getting Crown Apple and Hennessy.
Say that name again.
Strappleberry.
Ooh, okay.
Right. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you're getting 2 top shelf liquors in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So
Strapple.
Crown Apple.
Strawberry with Crown Apple. My bad, Strawberry with Crown Apple. I like the way they sound.
Okay, so it's really. So when I ask you for a strawberry Hennessy, it's really called a Strappleberry.
But I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people don't necessarily catch the name, but they just know, hey, he got that hen dog. So
Okay, let me make a special request.
You making one?
Yeah.
Right
Okay,
now,
I'm listening.
what is it?
Don't put no crying apple in my Hennessy.
It's too late though.
It's I was gonna say he already did.
Nah, don't do that no.
And we gulped it. That's why we
Why
was
not?
in this young drunk.
Don't do that no.
Why not? You just want your hand straight.
Yes, I want to get fucked up. Not like
Wait, the fact like that's what's gonna get you extra fucked up. The fact that it's both of them.
No, it's not.
You good? Yeah.
We'll talk about this later.
Look, no, before we move on, I was gonna say back to your question. I think the commonality with all of us, what we got going on, are what we provide is customer based. So I don't think it's more so what if we've had a situation where we wanted to stop, but I'm sure we've had situations where clients have driven us up the wall.
Yeah.
So
y'all, this girl right here. When I had a customer like that.
we all have had a
She
customer.
talked you down. She talked off the lid.
Yes, she was like, do not respond right now. You know, like, and you also gotta have those people that you can talk to, and that will hold your tongue for you. Like, hey, relax first. Don't do that yet, because you do not want to ruin that relationship with your customer. You don't want to ruin the relationship for your brand and your business and all that stuff. So sometimes you do need to. You do need.
Yeah, you did say but you said
with the other way.
You know,
Reverse though.
So yeah, it's important that you have what I call a personal board of advisors, and those are people that you can talk to, like if you need advice or if you just need to vent, or if like I said, we was out. Shit.
You said it twice too.
Yeah.
So why she take no shot? Like my biggest thing is I'm very well at being able to enunciate in a proper manner, but being petty at the same time with it. So I would make it look as professional as possible, but I'm downgrading the shit out you.
Corporate America email.
Yeah,
I'm so good at them.
I have like out of the time that I've been doing it, I've had one customer that came at me kind of sideways.
Sandra take one, Sandra take two.
And she asked me for a bottle, you know, enough for two people to get, you know, nicely off of. I was like, okay, cool, I got you. So I went and I delivered it and all this. She hit me up like the next day, was like, I want my money back, blah, 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 blah. How much of it did you drink? Well, I only drank a little bit of it. But you got more than half of the bottle left. You asked me, I got you. You asked me for enough for two people to get right. How you only gonna drink half of the shit and then ask for your money back when you didn't?
Right.
Well, do you know that you can't make everybody happy?
And that's why I properly was like, okay, that's fine. You can get your money back. I ain't heard from him. I ain't heard back. I'm like, but you asked me for enough for two people, but you only drunk half of what I gave you for two people. Like, not only did you not drink the full bottle, you didn't even drink half of it. So how you gonna feel something? That's just like if I give you a shot of Hennessy or a shot of whatever, and you only drink half of that bitch. And you go back to the box and like, hey, I don't feel nothing off this.
Yeah.
Well, I feel this joint.
So Brenda reminded me that we was talking about when you gotta push your own stuff. I remember, like, I think, like I said, when I was working with this small business owner, this was back in 2015. So when the year ended, 2016, we had a vision board party. I started the company. I was super inspired for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always been a pretty ambitious chick, but I was like on 3,000 at this point. Like Andre. So So yeah, we had this vision board party, and I remember telling them, like, I don't know what my gift is. I don't feel like I got no special gift. Like, I could dance, but then I stopped dancing. You know, they say that when you stop doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you lose it or whatever. So I can't dance like I used to dance. Like, I ain't finna be no choreographer or nothing. So anyway, like I'm saying, I feel like I didn't know what my gift was. But I feel like I found it now, and this is 3 or 4 years later. I feel like I know exactly what my gift is, and it's pushing other people. So while I might not be a dancer, a singer, a rapper, etc., I might not have those type of talents, but I know how to make that shit pop, bro.
Right.
I know exactly how to package it, how to push it, how to push you to get to your fullest potential. So I feel like that's what my gift is. And like, I remember my friends at this party when I told them, I was like, I don't feel like I got no gift. I ain't got no special talent. I ain't got none of this shit. I don't know what y'all talking about. Like, I ain't got that or whatever. And that was like, you got the gift of gab. And I was just like, talking ain't like a gift. But look at us now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at me using
that creativity and the fact that you can give advice to other people is something that is rare. And not only that, but the fact that you can do it genuinely, regardless of a profit or regardless of what it is, for the recognition that you like. That's something that I can relate to, and that's something that I know for a fact is underappreciated. You know what I mean? And you don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it, but it's still like,
I don't know. I figured out what to do. It's called Know What Your Brand Architecture. I think this shit's so country, but Know What Your Brand Architecture. Like, when I figured out that, like, what I felt like wasn't a gift, and I figured out how to use it and how it makes sense in the world and like how to present that, and I do it to people just on the phone. They're like, "Hey, I got this idea to do da 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 da." I'm gonna give you so many ideas on top of the initial idea that you had. And that shit be crazy to me. I'm like, man, I need to start charging for these phone conversations. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't even be meaning to
all the time
give that advice.
Yeah,
so genuine with it though.
Exactly. But see, it's like, for me, I feel like my gift was the ideas, because I literally would wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning with $1 million ideas and be texting my friend like, I know it's late, but look, this is mine. And thank God, I'm gonna say, like, for the new year, can y'all really start paying attention to the company that y'all keep? Because I can say in the last year, the people I've kept close to me, my friends, have inspired me in ways that they probably would never know. And it's just off of watching them build their own brand and the stuff that they put into it. So it's kind of like, I want to bring it to the table. Like, I want to be a part of it as well. So keeping the company that you keep, it's an inspiration that you will never know.
Right.
So it's one of them things where it's like, you never know who you gonna run into with the conversations that you have.
That's the
like,
biggest thing, right there.
You never know who somebody's gonna want inspiration or bring back to you. So I was always that friend that would be like, "Hey, you do videography." So I had this dream that I was always the friend that had the dreams. Like, I would have $1 million dreams and go tell my friends.
So I couldn't
and
be
like,
that.
you can do this. And it got to the point to where now, because I was so open with me giving them ideas, now they call me like, "Hey, I was thinking about this. What you think about this?" Like, it created an environment for me and my friends that now we grow off each other. Like, we can kick it, we can drink, we can go hang out, but we can also go kick it and talk about business.
Right.
You could possibly be a business partner.
It took me to like network. To like go into different vendoring events and run into people like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, so meeting her was something that showed me a broader span of the different.
In case y'all confused.
I'm sorry, my bad.
And it
Meeting son with was like something that showed me the difference in like. I've never just really had a lot of friends, and you know, like, we kicking, like, I may have some people that I hoop with or whatever, but like, I've never just had friends that I could just hang out with on a consistent basis or whatever. So it took me to become more business oriented and worried about my brand, to where I actually met like genuine people, you know what I'm saying, that are also like striving for whatever they're striving for in their own lane, you know what I mean, to actually like networking and have people to like give you those little critiques or give you those little, you know, constructive criticism lines, to where it's like, oh shit, that would be a good idea, you know what I'm saying. But also just taking in, like, when you have people that are business first, friends second, that's when you meet your genuine, you know, your genuine people, because it's like what they're doing has absolutely no dealings to what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I respect, like, Ken. Like, me and Ken met several months ago.
Shout out to Ken.
You know what I'm saying? And
we all love Ken.
Right. So Ken, Ken being the only other person that I actually know that's in the same line of business that I'm in. But when I say, if I post something right now, Ken gonna be one of the first people to share it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means more to me than anybody else sharing it, because, like, we could look at each other as competition,
right?
But we don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my sister in the industry. I'm her brother in the industry. And if she has something that she want to ask me, okay, cool, what's up? if I have a question or whatever, I'm gonna reach out to her. You know what I'm saying? We lean on each other when we need to, but the main thing is just like we support each other in everything that each other may do.
I gotta take
Say enough.
You got a PP on the Popeye. Shout out to Tarzan. Tarzan not here to do his whole PP on the Popeye speech.
Right.
So Tarzan, I'm gonna say it for you.
Yeah.
It's the PP on the Popeye.
I don't wanna know why I've been rocking like I got a mental illness. I gotta go like a motherfucker, and I'm thinking about crawling under this table to wiggle my.
Well, she can't go. She just gonna have to tough it out.
I got a PP. I got a PP on the Popeye. So you know, us is just gonna sit here and suffer.
Okay, so last thing that I want to ask y'all.
The Dopessness Defined crew does not want to just abruptly end a good conversation. Like,
We're not, so she gonna hold this piece until we done. But this last thing I want to ask y'all.
Really shaking.
And hold on, now don't just take a little sip neither. There you go.
Okay.
Cause y'all been bullshitting. My shot
whatever.
That's on y'all goal list for y'all business for next year. If it's make a certain profit, if it's your videographer, is it shooting at a certain place or branding a certain person or getting your company to the next level, what is one thing you want to accomplish
My
next year?
girl trying to reference something.
I have quite a few goals. I'm not going to go into detail, but I will say I spent the last 3 weeks reflecting on this past year and prepping for next year. So I have quite a few goals, short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. And I mean, just overall, I just want to level up as a whole. Like, me being in LA, I'm not just out there for the glitz and glam. Like, I'm out there to build my connections and, you know, put my foot in the mud and stand on all 10 toes and make sure that, you know, I'm leaving a mark as I'm paving the way. So ultimately, I know we talked about leveling up, but like I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to be better than I was this past year. So my goal is to make sure that I surpass all the goals that I've completed this year.
Okay.
Like, since you in LA, like I don't know how y'all gonna work it, but I want to like I know a guy out there that does. Cause I don't know you ever heard of prep.
Yeah, I've heard of prep. I've worked with prep before. Okay. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, never mind. Anyway,
I'm just drink my.
We're gonna move on. But for me, as far as goals or anything like that, as far like it's just like I said, like I told you already, is me doing. I'm just me putting myself out there better. Me profiting, me doing better as far as not procrastinating, me consistently promoting, me consistently doing the little things that mean the biggest in the end. Like, I know like I've been shortchanging myself a lot. I wait till the last minute to promote certain things. Or, you know, regardless if it's Halloween or Christmas, like I do a particularly themed drink for each holiday.
Like Grinch.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Grinch Peace.
It's fine though.
Grinch Peace was definitely Christmas oriented.
It's fine.
You know, so
however,
why is it Grinch Peace? Because it's green. The Grinch green. There you go.
Stop rocking.
Right here, you got a piece of it.
So Grinch Peace was ice. Grinch Peace straight though, no ice.
Ooh,
This shit
burn your chest, don't it?
It burn my chest. It hit different. That shit hit different with no ice.
Totally different with no ice.
I'm in here sweating and stuff.
I'm so sweating.
Listen, one day we're gonna have a live audience show, so y'all can join with us. Hopefully, and Freddie feeling friendly. We gonna see.
The new year is bringing some new.
I'm always feeling friendly.
So we'll see how that works out.
But yeah, I think my biggest thing. What was the question?
What is your biggest goal for next year?
The Grinch you want to hate you.
Where you are right now, what is your biggest goal for next year?
My biggest goal for next year is to
Girl, if you don't climb up under this table.
Can we got you, girl? What's my biggest goal for next year? I got so many goals, y'all. I don't know if y'all follow me and y'all see like my stories and shit, but on my stories I posted that I was in this exact room last week and I was drawing on the board and I wrote out like all my streams of income and how I wanted my businesses to flow, and I say businesses with ES because Dopessness Defined Podcast is one, Noble Brand Architecture. I ain't finished that word. I ain't finished it.
Ken, we gonna let you be the judge of that. Yes, Ken.
Take that shot.
Okay, so my companies have merch that goes along with it and stuff like that. So I just really want for everything to come full circle. So my biggest goal next year is for everything to come full circle. I feel like everything has been aligning in such a way that I know I'm walking in the right way. I know I'm in the right path. Like, I know that I'm on the track now and that I ain't wasting no more time. Like, I ain't just bullshitting out here. I ain't working on a job that I hate. Hallelujah. I'm not just working just to be working at all. Like, everything I do, everything I spend my time on is shit that I chose to work on and spend my time on. And that's like, I'm so grateful for that. Like, everybody can't do that, and I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have a support system that allowed me to do it. So I'm absolutely grateful for the fact that my life is set up for me to build the way that I want to build. Because I literally, the title of this being Now or Never and Create Your Own Life, that's how I've been walking. Whole 2019, that's how I'm going full throttle.
You know, the personal situations that I've been dealing with at the end of the year. So Now I Never was definitely a perfect title, because this Christmas week I definitely had to reevaluate some shit and put it on the table. Like, okay, it's either you gonna do this shit now or it's not. You gotta be free.
This motherfucker scooted the
She's like, alright, let me see how.
Ooh, wee, Lord. Ooh.
Continue, y'all. But I ain't gonna be able to.
It is cool. So, I mean, for the most part this year, I learned a lot about myself personally. Since I just started the business thing, it was more so, I do suffer from anxiety, so that was one of the reasons that stopped me from doing it. I always second guessed everything I did. So it was like, is this gonna be good enough? Are people gonna like it? Are they gonna buy it? Like, I didn't really know how it would go out. So my anxiety being high, one of the things is I just wouldn't talk about it. Like, I would just act like it wasn't happening in my head.
You feel like you're a perfectionist?
I wouldn't say a perfectionist, but I don't like to be a disappointment. Okay. So my perfectionist is with other people. Like, I don't like for other people to look at me like you're a disappointment or you're a letdown or you're a failure. So mine was like my parents, like my dad for one. Like, he's one of the most important people. Like, my dad is like my best friend. So he's very understanding, but I always want to be that person that brings something to the table. And I always prided myself on that, whether it's friendship, relationship, anything. What do I bring to the table as far as helping us as a friendship get somewhere? Is it advice? Is it love? Is it care? Is it support? Like, same with if a spouse, a man or whatever, it was always I wanted to bring something to the table. I never wanted to disappoint. But that also was the reason that I used to just okay everything. Like, I never stood up for myself because it was like, it was like, okay, you're happy, so I'm gonna just let you have it. I'm gonna let you be happy. I'm gonna suck it up for whatever I don't want to do.
I'm gonna make myself happy.
So next year it was, I don't want to say selfish, because it sounds bad, but that's kind of where I'm at. And it's not selfish to the point to where I feel like I'm gonna block everybody out, but selfish to the point to where I'm one of them friends that will wake up randomly and be like, send you a long text like, I was thinking about you, I hope you have a great day. Like, I'm one of them people. So now it's like I gotta give myself that same energy that I give to my friends. So it's a growing experience. It's definitely learning myself, because with the anxiety I have to be okay with taking it, like, jump forward and seeing how it goes. But I'm excited.
I got the same kind of relationship with my mom. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm my mom's only child, so the last thing I ever want to do is be a disappointment or put myself in a situation that I get taken away from her.
See, I'm my dad's only
child. You feel what I'm saying?
So for my head, like, my daddy getting older. I'm trying to put myself in a position where I can take care of him. Like, my grandparents, I have my uncle and my dad. And my uncle has a son, but I'm the only girl. So it's like, I'm trying to put myself in a position to make sure my daddy okay, my grandparents okay. I have 2 little sisters. I want to make sure I'm role models for them too. So it's a lot, especially with anxiety, because it can kick in so fast and so quick.
For no reason.
And so that's also something I learned about myself, how to control it and how to put myself in a mind space where I'm okay and I can do what I gotta do. So,
moving forward before the show. Moving forward, like, us is gonna have to do a bladder check before us get started recording.
I did that.
Because us.
It was the fucking Grinch.
It's the Grinch. We don't never have the pizza after we drink this damn drink.
That's two.
It was the Grinch.
That's why I said us gonna have to do a bladder check. So like, us gonna have to go to the bathroom before us get started. That way, us don't have to be sitting here
go to the bathroom
with a full bladder
using this us
after an hour or so.
He's really using it.
The us word. So I know it's gonna be a lot of the other words. I had to say us a lot.
I feel. Yeah. All right, so with that being said, we can get into date night.
Hold on, wait, time out.
Oh.
Go again. Get that glass again. You need a refill. Come on.
Yeah, I do, because it's empty.
It's okay.
Can I get a refill?
Yeah, he low down in real life. Alright, let's get into events and social life.
Wait.
Wait. I just had something to say.
Based on what you just spoke about, and I've been thinking about this for the duration of us being us talking. I think that a lot of, because I feel like we're in a our generation is in a do it now FOMO kind of thing where I
got it,
$1 million
I
idea. We trying to get it out and do it. I think social media has a lot to do with that.
Definitely.
Because everybody is quick to say, and back to you and the partnerships and vetting people. Everybody quick to say, we got this business. Us. Us got this business. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the shot. Us got this business. Check us out. We got the Instagram. We got the social media popping. We got the. I don't care. I'm
this way.
But basically, everybody is so caught up in doing stuff now that there's no foundation built, and that's a part of the issue, and that's why things fail so fast. You know what? I don't care anymore. I'm gonna drink all of this, okay? We have to take a step back and build and then move forward.
Yeah.
And if we don't do that, then stuff gonna fall, and that's why a lot of businesses fail. Honestly,
they don't have the foundation or the support. I said, I completely get it. And you're doing it trying to push yourself, and you don't have anybody to lean on. You don't have anybody to kind of guide you. You have to lean on people that have been doing it for longer than you, regardless of the line of business that they may have. I learned it as well. I learned to lean on people that may be in different businesses or different industries. Me being in the service industry, I have to. I look at a lot of different businesses, a lot of different establishments, and people when you gonna get your own club or when you gonna get your own bar? I don't want that shit.
Yeah,
because it's pressure. Yeah, and it adds to. You have to become responsible for other people.
Yep.
You have to be responsible for a whole building.
Yep.
And the upkeep, the weekly scheduling. I don't want all this shit. I just want to be able to go in, do an event, pack my shit up, and go home. I don't want to run a club. I don't want to run a bar. I don't want to run.
Right now.
Yeah. So I may not ever get to the point where I want an establishment.
Speaking of that,
I may have
what she just said. That's what you see right now, and it's okay too if there is something that you never want. It's okay for you to create your own life, and I mean that.
What you love,
don't let people and their projections. Don't let their projections weigh on you and what it is that you need and what you want in your life. And that's important. And I remember I asked the guy that be on Riverdale and Chevy Drive. I think this shit name is it don't matter. It's a food truck. I can't think of the name. It's a barbecue food truck be over there on Riverdale and Winchester, actually. Riverdale and Winchester.
Right there, excellent. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And
I asked him, when you gonna get a restaurant? He was like, this is my restaurant. He was offended. And I didn't mean no harm. I just mean that shit be packed all the time. People apparently love your food. When you gonna get a restaurant?
That's what he wanted. He wanted his food truck.
And that's what he wanted. So you definitely have to be able to stand on your own and say, no, this is what I want. And so when I feel like this is successful, that's what I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna ride that wave or whatever. But anywho,
that goes back to
I want to say.
Can you think of?
Hell no.
That goes back to believing in yourself, because I was one of them people pleaser persons. I want to make everybody else happy, but then I started realizing that making everybody else happy was making me unhappy, and it was fucking up my peace, and I couldn't do this shit no more. So I had to start moving like, not to disrespect anybody, but I had to start making sure that I was happy with the moves that I was making. Right. So it was like, are you okay with taking these losses? Are you not okay? Is this something you can go to sleep with and you be okay with, or is it gonna bother you later because you was trying to please somebody else? Right. So this year was definitely a learning experience for sure. Whether it was business wise or just personal, I learned a lot of stuff about myself. One thing is open up more. Like, I realized that I'm the only person in the world that knows everything about me.
True.
As much as you try to think like people see this or hear this or understand, people interpret everything totally differently. So I learned to just be myself, like, at all times. Don't try to hide something or not say something because you feel like this person might feel bad. Trust me, no matter what you say, somebody gonna not like you. So that was definitely the biggest learning experience for me this year.
It sounds like what you said, it comes down to value. Mm-hmm. If that person or situation don't add value to what you got going on, leave it where it's at.
Yep.
Because there's no point in disrupting your peace for somebody that is not contributing to your growth or your potential.
Correct. Right. Amen.
That's a hell of a way to end it.
I like it.
So we won't continue to discuss it, although it's a whole lot of shit that I really want to say about this topic. But maybe I'll go live later.
So time out. So you start off this subject. You start off this sentence saying a certain word, and since you're the only one with an empty bladder, we're gonna need you to take that shot.
Right. Don't take it.
I'm gonna drink it like Smokey did off first.
You definitely said the big word. Definitely said the big word.
I finished mine off though. So she's just gonna take a little sip. Look at her.
Brenda, while they're taking their shot, she said it's a great way to end 2019 with this and now show. Hope it motivates someone to push themselves or whatever goals they got. I really hope that it does motivate someone.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there. So that's my baby mom. Like that's my daughter's mom.
Okay.
And like,
okay, Brenda.
Both of us being entrepreneurs, like we don't get along all the time, but whenever it comes to business, we on each other's ass. Like that's real shit. You know,
as you should be.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like
you ain't gonna get along with everybody.
Yeah, and I will say like this one. Whenever I need, I will need to see somebody come from like doubting themselves. Like being in the hair industry and shit like that she in. Like it's always wrong. Yeah, she do her. That's what do my locks not it.
I might have to get in with you. Okay.
Being like seeing somebody that's in the hair industry, how like with her, you have so many people that do it at their kitchen, that ain't licensed and all that kind of shit, but they be popping.
Yeah.
And like I literally remember being there, and she's discouraging like, man, everybody on this person, blah 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 blah. And like 2 years, 3 years later, it's like now she like whenever it comes to locks and all that kind of shit, everybody's trying to figure out who Bree got booked or whatever the case may be, because she put in the time and she worked on her craft. She didn't know what the fuck she wanted to do in hair when she first got licensed. She thought she was gonna be doing braids, thought she was gonna be doing natural hair, and come back to this, it's like she's doing locks and all that kind of. That's what put her on.
This your baby mama? Mm-hmm. So shout out to our baby mama for the growth. Because you are not a power. You're mama baby. My baby mama too. I can't.
Breed and her junkie is, that's how y'all find out on social media and the book with her. But it's like to see her grow. I don't want to tell her whole story because at some point hopefully she have a chance to be on the show. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't know if she wants you here when Brenda here though. I don't even
mind not being
flirting and shit.
Nah, I ain't gonna be no flirting. We cool, but just being from point A to point B, seeing how she started off, to see the, and the same thing with me, like to see somebody else, go from the bottom to now. I ain't gonna say she at the top, but she climbing her way up there. She clawing, she ain't giving up. And we've had conversations as far as like, the growth to see point A to point B. Now we're working on point C. Right. So it's definitely a journey, and being a part of a journey and then going on that journey on your own, not having nobody, not having nobody to encourage you to like, man, look,
the company
fuck that, keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, the company that you keep. Having company, having somebody that's going to encourage you regardless of how shitty the situation might be. Sometimes they can be the difference between success and failure.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to those people that, regardless if you in the entrepreneurship business or whatever the case may be, you might encourage somebody else to, regardless they become a millionaire, thousandaire, hundredaire. You know what I'm saying? You might put somebody to accomplish something regardless of how big or how small.
And Brenda said he forgot to mention that he the reason that I got into locks. So you the reason.
I didn't want to say everything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to because
I'm definitely not gonna forget about your candle key, and I ain't gonna locate you. We gonna link in after the show.
Then also, Brenda said he can be there because it's all love. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh,
shout out to good co-parenting.
I like that. I love it.
Shout out
it's beautiful.
To healthy relationships.
And y'all still inspiring each other on the money tip, because at the end of the day, y'all kid is the one that benefits from this. So I love it.
My kid can't be in good hands if I'm bashing her for some bullshit.
Correct.
You feel what I'm saying? Like if her business don't succeed and my business don't succeed, what that motherfucking why our kid gonna benefit from it? We both broke and trying to sit here and be entrepreneurs. How the fuck our kid gonna?
Correct.
Come on, man.
My nigga sweating though,
I'm
y'all.
It's hot in here, like for real, y'all. It's hot. It's really hot. So we making it through. Then we got the grease kicking in. Like it's a lot going on.
Let me go and take my shot. There you go.
It's a lot going on.
Everybody needs essentials in their cup.
Oh damn! I got a lot in my cup. Though, wait a minute now.
I did
okay, man. But listen. So, y'all, shit, we've been on here for 2 hours. Let's go ahead and wrap up this show.
It been
our date night suggestion.
It's the liquor.
It's the liquor because I can't talk either.
Suggestion for this week is Blind Bear. It's on Main Street.
Oh, that's the shit.
It's so cool. Hell yeah, I've been in.
I kick anybody's ass in pool that want to
on a date.
Is it like a bar? Or
it's a bar.
It's a bar. I'm gonna have to go.
They got a really funky feel in there. Like it's all kind of shit going on. They got pool tables. They got poker
tables.
Yeah. They got a room.
Oh, they live.
Hold on, listen to this. They got a room behind the bar with the tinted glass where you can see out, but you can't see in.
Ooh,
that shit's so
Blind Bear shit.
I was in there.
I used to work at the Bluefin, like 2 doors down. That was the after work spot.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go because
I feel like this a vibe.
You take a date where you don't want them to sit on your date.
I feel like that's a vibe.
So even if it's not a date, if it's like the crew getting together to kick it, shout out to my crew that's been trying to get us together all week and we just can't get it together. So shout out to y'all. But that's a good spot for you to like meet up with folks or go on a date, whatever it is. It's real low key, but it's like also live enough for you to have a good time.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. It's called Blind Bear, Ken Hood. Blind Bear. Also, this past weekend, I went to the Visuals and Vibes. She sent the whole crew free tickets.
Okay, so Chastity, I apologize. I just had a lot of family. So I really was trying to go, but I was literally still out in the streets at like 5:30. So I wasn't able to make it. We gonna have to go out. I was like, we gonna have to take Chastity out for drinks or something.
I ain't get there to 8. But listen, y'all, that shit was so live. It's the livest art show you could possibly go to. Like, it's so creative. They had a fire dancer, they had a pole dancer, they had a live band, a live performance. It's also like actual exhibits on the wall and shit. Like, and it was all female creatives.
Oh, okay.
Y'all don't understand how dope this shit is.
And it's in the female creatives. Shout out to the female creators.
The oldest black
female creators at that.
I think in the nation. Orange Mound is a historically black neighborhood. I think in the nation. So it's in Orange Mound, y'all. I mean, everything about it is black and dope as fuck. And y'all know that's what we stand for.
That's what we over.
Black excellence. Okay. So it was lit. I had a great time, y'all. My hair, I had blew out my hair to go in that motherfucker so I could look like Angela Davis descendant. Cause y'all know I'm her niece.
Descendant.
So I had my hair blown out. But y'all, it was hot as a motherfucker. Y'all know when it's too many black people and shit, we be getting hot.
So, Melanie.
It was hot.
Like right now.
Heat.
Like right now.
Like hot as a motherfucker.
But it was like a whole lot more of us than it is right now.
It's only one of us that got on short sleeves.
Everybody.
I get here, she like, I should have told you to put on a t-shirt. Thank you.
My bad. But yeah, it was like it was amazing. Like, the vibe was great. Everybody partying and dancing like we had a backyard cookout at your auntie house.
That's dope.
Like, it was everything. And my hair sweated up inside now it's in a puff, but whatever.
It don't matter. You had fun.
Indeed. And then also yesterday for Christmas I went to Love for the Unwrapped party. It was a bunch of black folks hosting that shit, and that was cool. But anyway, what we really want to talk about is these New Year's Eve plans. What y'all got going?
I might actually host a little New Year's Eve like game night.
I am really.
Oh, are we invited?
Are we invited? Please.
No, I'm sorry. I take it back. I ain't gonna say everybody invited, cause then you motherfucker be showing up. But it's gonna be everybody.
We're invited. The people on the podcast is invited.
Yeah. Like I'm having people come through, but like,
you know what? Okay.
I'm hosting. I'm not sponsoring everybody. So for most people that come, it'll be like I tell you what, I would give certain people certain things to bring.
Okay.
That way, cause like I don't want to invite 30 people and then 70 show up. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like for those that coming through, it's gonna be a little game night. It's gonna be a little different, fucked up bullshit that I'm gonna have. But I give certain people certain bottles or certain. Like I'm gonna put some shit on the grill, so you might bring a pack of chicken. Bring some chicken wings or some shit. We all black. I don't know too many people that don't eat chicken.
Yeah, no.
So,
I don't eat chicken. Unless you're eating a lot of it.
Don't look at me. I'm not on that. I eat my chicken.
I mean,
I know everybody in California.
In LA.
Look, my brother like, it ain't no food out here. I can't eat no green smoothies.
Is there something different happening in LA for New Year's that you're doing?
I'm not sure. I won't be in LA. I'll be in Atlanta.
Okay. Excuse me.
Well, excuse the fuck out of me.
I said we on purpose. I said we on purpose. That's the second time. So.
Well, I ain't going to Freddie party then. I'm going to Atlanta with Erika.
I mean, this is like a vibe.
I'm a ride down. She's flying out. I'm gonna pull up on them.
They gonna be in Magic City, y'all. Just let y'all know ahead of time.
I might ride to Nashville. One of my best friends is having a New Year's Eve party, so they might be the move for me.
Hey, I just saw Larry just tuned in. Shout out to Larry. Cashmere that don't know who he is,
That is our videographer with my boy Kendrick right now. So we hope that you get better soon.
He got flew out somewhere.
Why you hating?
He definitely got flew out. The flu. He got flew out and now he has the flu. Right. You was wild after our vacation when the Cashmere.
That's not a good hint, y'all.
He got flew out and flew back with the flu.
I mean, it's not a good.
He flew there and had the flu coming back.
Cashmere, we hope you are getting well.
We hope you feel better, my boy.
And you'll be back next week. But yeah, so New Year's Eve, I don't know. I just told you I was going with Erika, but I don't know. I might go down to New Orleans. I might go to Atlanta. I'm gonna go somewhere.
It's gonna be crazy.
We're gonna get some popping.
He said take a shot for him, y'all.
I got you. We can take a plenty of shots. I'm done.
Okay, we're gonna take a shot.
Hold on. Look how much you got in yours. You need to drink half of it. You need to drink like a fourth of yours. Me and Erika.
Come on, man.
Are we doing all this? I can't reach. Okay, from a distance. I just wait to drink all over myself. Lord, I'm drunk.
Okay, there you go, Cash.
And lazy bottom lip.
That's exactly what happened. They just hit right at the bottom. Terrible. Alright, bottom lip and kiss shit.
Get that closing.
Alright, y'all. So thank you for tuning in for this great show today. Make sure you follow us on IG at Dopessness Defined Podcast and like our page on Facebook. If you want to be featured on the show, make sure you DM us on social media.
Like I did.
And also shout out to our friends for helping behind the scenes. Cashmere, our videographer, who is out sick right now, but we hope everything is cool. And Trey Smiles on our sound engineering.
And
Trey is holding it down for him and Cashmere right now. So shout out to you. You're doing it. Thank you.
Shout out to everybody who still got some shit.
Thank you, Trey.
I'm on E. But thanks again for tuning in. For all those that interacted with us today. And give us your reviews, feedback, and all that good stuff. You can find the audio version of the show on all your streaming platforms, which may be Spotify. We are now on Apple.
Yes,
shout out to Apple for finding us in the dough. You can also find the visuals on Facebook and YouTube.
Not YouTube yet.
When we get it on YouTube, we gonna make a big announcement.
We launching Full Force 2020 on YouTube.
Full Force.
Okay. So stay tuned for this YouTube shit because we getting it together. Also, as you know, you should continue to kick shit. stay fly, and create dope shit. And we'll see y'all next week. And this is the Dopessness Defined podcast. Peace.
Peace out.